Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Bob Hastings, starring in The Adventures of Archie Andrews from 71 years ago, May 27th, 1951. Archie the Babysitter. We thank you for joining us on this TGI Friday, 27th day of May, 147th day of the year, 218 days remaining until we get to 2023. Ford Motor Company ceased manufacturing the Ford Model T on this date in 1927, began to retool plants to make Ford Model A's. The 1,046 feet tall Chrysler Building in New York City opened to the public on this date in 1930. It was the tallest man-made structure at the time. Walt Disney released the cartoon Three Little Pigs on this date in 1933. Supreme Court on this date declared the National Industrial Recovery Act to be unconstitutional. And in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge opened to pedestrian traffic, creating a vital link between San Francisco and Marin County.
There's nothing more thrilling to me than to get on one end of the bridge of my car and drive through and see these towers, how they stand up, how majestically against the sky, how wonderful it is. The biggest thrill in the world is to know that I was part of it. And I feel so proud to tell the people I worked on it.
Engineer Louis Ricciardo. DC Comics published its second superhero in Detectives Comics number 27 on this date in 1939. Batman, one of the most topical comic book superheroes of all time. President Roosevelt proclaimed an unlimited national emergency on this date in 1941.
Therefore, with profound consciousness of my responsibilities to my countrymen and to my country's cause, I have tonight issued a proclamation that an unlimited national emergency exists and requires the strengthening of our defense to the extreme limit of our national power and authority. The nation will expect all individuals and all groups to play their full part without selfishness and without doubt that our democracy will triumphantly survive. I repeat the words of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. That little band of patriots, fighting long ago against overwhelming odds, but certain, as we are now, of ultimate victory, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
6 months before the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, President Roosevelt proclaiming an emergency. On this date, Buddy Holly and the Crickets released their most popular song of all time. Holly's career would only last 2 more years, until 1959, when he died in that plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa, 22 years old. U.S. Navy aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy, christened by Jacqueline Kennedy and her daughter Caroline in 1967. In 1995, in Charlottesville, Virginia, actor Christopher Reeve, paralyzed from the neck down after falling from a horse in a riding competition. Supreme Court ruled on this date in 1997 that Paula Jones could pursue her sexual harassment lawsuit against President Clinton while he was still in office. In 1998, Michael Fortier, sentenced to 12 years in prison and fined $200,000 for failing to warn authorities about the Oklahoma City bombing. The international, and by the way, it's interesting that the only people who, well, I'm not going to get into the political aspects of that, but it wasn't good. International Criminal Tribune for the former Yugoslavia on this date in 1999 indicted Slobodan Milosevic and 4 others for war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in Kosovo. Members of the Islamic separatist group Abu Sayyaf seized 20 hostages from an affluent island resort on Palawan in the Philippines in 2001. The hostage crisis would not be resolved until June of 2002. President Obama became the first president of the U.S. to visit the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park in 2016 and meet the surviving victims of the 1945 atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And in 2018, flooding throughout the Patapsco Valley of Maryland, causing 1 death, destroying the entire first floors of buildings in Main Street, Ellicott City, and causing cars to overturn. Passing away on this date in history, believe it or not, Robert Ripley, Jeffrey Hunter, the father of Vince McMahon, Vincent James McMahon, actor Jeff Conaway from Taxi, and the Allman Brothers Band's Greg Allman. This is the birthday of entrepreneur Cornelius Vanderbilt, also Battle Hymn in the Republic composer Julia Ward Howe, gunfighter Wild Bill Hickok, Sam Spade, Nick and Nora Charles, author Dashiell Hammett, former Vice President Hubert Humphrey, actor Vincent Price, who had such a wonderful sense of humor. I mean, he did all this horror stuff, but when you hear him perform on Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, or as the Saint, you go, this guy has got a sense of humor. The author of The Caine Mutiny, The Winds of War, and War and Remembrance, Herman Wouk, and actor Christopher Lee, all born on this date in history. Birthday number 99 for former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, 87 for Barnaby Jones's Lee Merriweather, former Miss America, I'll have you know. The man who wrote such wonderful music, pianist Ramsey Lewis, is 87. Actor Lou Gossett Jr. from Roots, An Officer and a Gentleman, 86 today. From Hill Street Blues, Bruce Weitz is 79. Promoter for both the WWE and World Championship Wrestling, Eric Bischoff, 67 today. Susie and the Banshees, Susie Sue, is 65. Raw's on Frasier, Perry Gilpin, 61. Love Lines, Adam Carolla, 58 today. From Different Strokes, I should say, Todd Bridges is 57. From 30 Rock, Jack McBrayer is 49. Jim Neidhart's number, Natty Neidhart, 40 years of age. And from Glee, Chris Colfer is 32. Those some of the people who celebrate the 27th day of May is their birthday, and if this is your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say... Happy birthday to you!
From 71 years ago, May 27th, 1951, Bob Hastings as Archie Andrews on this Friday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now an episode of The Adventures of Archie Andrews starring Bob Hastings as Archie. This was originally broadcast May 27th, 1951, 71 years ago today.
Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Relax, Archie. Relax.
Yes, here he is again, the youngsters millions of readers of Archie Comics magazine know and love so well, Archie Andrews and all his gang. And now for our weekly visit to Riverdale. It's Saturday morning as we look in on the Andrews home, and we find Mr. and Mrs. Andrews and the pride and joy of the Andrews family, Archie himself, seated around the breakfast table.
More coffee, Fred? Fred, I said more coffee.
Yes, dear, I think so, too.
You think so, too? Fred Andrews, did you hear what I said?
Oh, yes, dear, of course I heard you.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. I heard every word you said.
Well, what'd I say?
Well, you said that I mean, you asked if we... that is, you wanted me to... Mary, what did you say?
I asked you whether you'd like another cup of coffee, dear.
Oh, coffee. Well, dear,
Pass
I
the
don't...
toast, please.
Oh, here you are, Archie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary, I
Pass
don't...
the butter, please.
Here you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary, I
Pass
don't...
the salt, please.
Archie, I'm trying to talk to your mother. Do you mind?
She was Dad. I don't mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Archie!
Okay, Dad, okay.
Okay. Now, Mary, I was trying to say, no, I don't want any more coffee. I'll be leaving for the office in just a moment. And
Oh, dear. The phone. Archie, answer that, please.
But, Mom, I'm eating my toast.
Archie?
Okay, Mom, okay. Fine thing. Can't even get to eat breakfast around here. Ask Dad to pass something and I get bawled out. Gonna have to answer telephones. Okay, I'm coming. Hello.
Hello, Archie. Hi, you all Archiekins. It's awful good to hear your voice, Archie. But the reason I called, Archie, I wanted to ask if you'd like to go to the party the Riverdale Sub-Debs are giving next week.
Party the Sub-Debs are giving?
Uh-huh. We're having a dance out at the country club, and the girls are inviting the boys.
Gee, and you're inviting me?
Uh-huh. Would you like to go?
Oh, gee whiz, sure, Veronica. I'd love to go. Oh, it sounds like it ought to be a great dance.
Oh, it will be, Archie. Well, everybody in town's going. And I just love formals, don't you?
Oh, sure. Formal? Veronica, did you say the dance is formal?
Uh-huh. That's the main reason we girls decided to have the dance. So we can get dressed up in our evening gowns.
Oh, sure. I know what you mean.
And the boys all look so wonderful in tuxedos.
Yeah, if they have one.
What?
Oh, nothing, Veronica. I just said I'm sure we'll have fun.
Oh, well, anyway, I'm awful glad you can make it, Archie. I'll see you later.
Yeah, okay, Veronica. And thanks for inviting me.
Oh, not at all. Goodbye now, Archie.
Bye, Veronica. Oh, boy, a formal. Why does she have to invite me to a formal? Boy, now what am I going to do?
Archie, are you answering that?
Huh? Answering what, Mom?
The door is ringing.
Gee whiz, it did? Okay, I'll get it. Hello. Gee whiz, Jughead.
What'd you expect? Princess Yasmin?
No, Jughead, I did not expect Princess Yasmin or... Princess Yasmin? I mean Jughead, Mom.
Oh, all right, dear.
Gee whiz, Jug, am I glad to see you.
Me? Why?
Because I'm in trouble and you gotta help me figure something out.
What's the matter?
Veronica just invited me to a dance the Sub-Debs are having out at the country club next week, and it's formal.
Yeah, I knew that. What's wrong with formal?
Nothing, Jug, except that I don't have a tuxedo.
Gee, you don't?
My old tux was too small last New Year, so it sure won't fit now.
Well, rent one.
Rent one?
Uh-huh. There's a store downtown that rents tuxedos for $2. I called them yesterday.
Gee whiz, did you rent one from them?
No, I'm going to rent my Uncle Herman's. He's only charging me $1.
He hasn't got another one, has he?
Nope.
Oh. Well, then I'll rent a tuxedo at that store. $2. Let's see. I have 25, 50, 75, $1 even. Gee, I have $1, Chuck, so all I need is another $1. Maybe I can talk Dad into giving me one measly little old $1.
Sure.
See you later, dear.
Oh, here he comes now. I'll ask him. Oh, Dad.
Oh, yes, Archie. Oh, hello, Jughead.
Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Dad?
Yes, Archie.
There's something I want to ask you.
Yes, Archie.
Could I have $1?
No, Archie.
Thank you. No. Gee whiz, Dad. Did you say no?
Yes, Archie. No.
But, Dad, I gotta have $1. I'm going to...
No, Archie. N-O, no.
But...
Not Y-E-S, yes, but N-O. No.
G-E-E-G. Jug, don't be so funny. Now, where am I going to get $1?
Don't look at me, Archie.
Jug, I never look at you unless it's absolutely unavoidable. This time it's unavoidable. Now, Jug, give me one good reason why you won't lend me $1.
I don't have $1.
Well, I guess that's a good reason, Jug. But are you sure?
Sure. Listen, Archie, this morning when I asked my father for some money, he borrowed a quarter from me.
Gee, but I gotta get $1 if I'm gonna go to that formal. I just gotta get... Oh, fine. Hello?
Hello, Archie?
Yes?
This is Mrs. Jenkins. Is your mother home?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Jenkins. Just a minute, I'll call her. Mom! Oh, Mom!
Yes?
Telephone!
Oh, all right, dear. Hello, Jughead. Hello, Mrs. Andrews. Thank you, Archie. Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Andrews. This is Mrs. Jenkins.
Not a cent. Oh, hello, my dear. How's the baby?
Oh, just fine. But that's what I'm calling about. Do you know of a babysitter?
What'll I do?
Babysitter?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
My maid's left, and I simply must get some shopping done this morning.
But Archie, be quiet.
Well, Mrs. Jenkins, I don't know anyone who does that sort of work, but I understand you can call the high school. They have a babysitter service.
Archie, I said
that's
quiet.
a fine idea, Mrs. Andrews. I'd forgotten all about that. I'll call them right now.
I'd offer to watch the baby for you, Mrs. Jenkins, but the fact is I have to run downtown myself this morning.
Oh, I wouldn't think of bothering you, Mrs. Andrews. I'm sure the school can send someone reliable. Thanks ever so much for suggesting it.
You're quite welcome, Mrs. Jenkins.
Bye now.
Goodbye. Well, Archie, what are you frowning about?
Huh? Oh, I was just thinking about something, Mom. Just thinking about something.
Oh, well, go eat your breakfast. I'm going out.
Gee whiz, yard?
Yes, dear. I have a little shopping to do. I'll be back later.
Okay, Mom. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, boy, pennies from heaven.
Huh?
Jug, that's the answer to my prayers.
What are you talking about?
You'll find out. Hand me that phone. And be quiet. Hello, operator. Get me Riverdale, 872.
Who's 872?
You'll see, Jug. You'll see.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes?
This is Archie.
Who?
Archie Andrews.
Oh, hello, Archie.
Hello. Mrs. Jenkins, I understand you're looking for a babysitter.
Yes, Archie, I am. Do you know of anyone?
Well, that depends on what you're paying, Mrs. Jenkins.
Paying? Why, I usually pay $1.
Then you got a sitter.
I have? Who?
Me.
Archie, there must be something wrong with this connection.
Huh?
For a moment, I thought I heard you say you wanted to watch my baby.
I did.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Why, Archie, I had no idea you were interested in that sort of work.
Neither did I, Mrs. Jenkins, till just a little while ago. It's a financial emergency, you might say.
Oh, I see. Well, all right, Archie. If you care to take the baby out for a walk in her carriage while I go shopping, I'll be glad to pay you $1.
Gee whiz, you will? Oh, boy, that's swell, Mrs. Jenkins. I'll come right over and get her. Oh, but there's one other thing, Mrs. Jenkins.
Yes?
The terms of the deal.
Yes?
For reasons I can't go into, it'd have to be cash in advance. Open the door wider, Jug, so we can get the carriage into the house. It's a pretty big carriage.
Okay, Archie. Well, listen, why are we bringing the baby into your house? Mrs. Jenkins said she wanted you to take it for a walk.
I know it, Jug, I know it, and we will take the baby for a walk as soon as I get back from the tuxedo store.
Huh?
Jug, that's why I wanted the $1 in advance. I gotta run down there right now and order a tuxedo before they're all gone. Why, every kid in town will be hiring tuxedos for that dance.
But I still don't know why you brought the baby here.
Because it'll be easier for you to watch the baby in here.
Oh, all right. Me? Me? Now, listen, Archie.
Now, Jughead, don't get excited. You know I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important. All I want you to do is help me out for 5 minutes while I run down to that store. Gee whiz, you can do that much for me, can't you?
But I don't know anything about babies.
Jug, you don't have to know anything about babies. Just watch her, that's all, and don't do a thing.
Oh, yeah? What if she gets hungry?
Don't do a thing.
What if she cries?
Don't do a thing.
But what if she... I better not do a thing.
That's right, Jug. I only want you here in case the house burns down or gets hit by a tornado. If neither of those things happen, you just sit here.
Well, okay. But, gee whiz, couldn't you at least put the baby to sleep before you leave?
Jughead, how am I going to put the baby to sleep?
I don't know. Maybe if you sang to her.
Homie, all right, Jughead. If it'll make you happier, I'll sing to her. Lullaby and good night, with roses bedight, with lilies bedecked, is baby's wee bed. Lay thee down now and rest. May thy slumber be blessed. Lay thee down now and rest. May thy slumber be blessed.
Don't freak out, it's public domain. From May 27th, 1951, The Adventures of Archie Andrews here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll take a look at the newspaper headlines from 71 years ago today when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues on your favorite station.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
And you're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on this Friday, an episode of The Adventures of Archie Andrews as it was broadcast Sunday, May 27th, 1951. In the newspapers of that Sunday 71 years ago, these were some of the headlines. The Army's Chief of Staff, General J. Lawton Collins, voiced belief that Russia is beginning to get concerned about increasingly heavy Chinese Communist casualties in Korea. Collins also said a peace settlement is always possible on the basis of the 38th parallel, the North-South Korean boundary, just recrossed by United Nations forces in their Great Offensive, winding up 2 days of testimony to Senate committees investigating General Douglas MacArthur's removal. Collins refused to budge from his statement Friday that MacArthur violated a policy by sending American troops close to the Manchurian border last fall. Civil Defense Administrator Millard Caldwell said yesterday Russia can blast major American cities with atom bombs any day she wants to, and the U.S. Air Force can't stop even 30% of the attacking bombers. In a radio interview, he blistered Congress for fumbling the ball on civil defense. Britain and the billion-dollar Anglo-Iranian oil company asked the International Court of Justice yesterday to force Iran to submit to arbitration in the peace-threatening dispute over nationalization of oil. U.S. Ambassador Henry F. Grady handed to the Iranian foreign minister in Tehran a note declaring the dispute was of the utmost importance to the entire free world and strongly urged a settlement by negotiation. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, practically the forgotten man when Democrats put new push behind President Truman's foreign and domestic programs in Denver, Colorado. The five-star general who commands the North Atlantic Defense Force has been mentioned as a possible nominee for president, Democrat or Republican. But if Eisenhower is to figure in the Democrat picture, most of the party's National Committee members who would comment on the possibility apparently felt that President Truman would have to put him there. And those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, May 27th, 1951. On your radio, The Adventures of Archie Andrews, which continues now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Gee, Jug, it worked. She's asleep.
Yeah, I told you it would work.
Well, now you've got nothing to worry about, Jug, so I'll run down to the tuxedo store while you watch her.
Okay, but hurry up.
Jug, I'll be right back.
How do I get into these things? Watching babies. I hope Archie isn't gone all day. Oh, boy. She's awake again. Go to sleep, baby. Go to sleep. Baby, please go to sleep. Hey! Did she stick her tongue out at me just then? She sure did. Well, I'll show her. Oh, boy, I had to open my big mouth. Boy, what a racket. Baby, please. Baby, don't cry. Shut up. Gee whiz, she speaks English. That's a good baby. Nice baby. Every time I look at her, she starts crying. I got it. Maybe if I got her a toy or something, she'd be quiet. I wonder if Archie has anything in his room that a baby could play with. I'll go look.
Archie, I'm home. I got this. Oh, for pity's sake, what's this? Why, Mrs. Jenkins' baby. What on earth is she doing here? I wonder if Mrs. Jenkins couldn't get anyone to watch her and decided to leave her here. Well, she must have. Oh, but that baby shouldn't be indoors. She's dressed much too warmly. I'll take her out in the backyard and put her to sleep in the sun. For she... Oh, dear, now who can that be? Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Andrews. This is Betty.
Oh, hello, dear.
Is Archie home?
No, dear, he isn't. I don't know... Oh, dear, there's the baby.
The what?
The baby. She's crying.
Baby? Mrs. Andrews, did you say baby?
Yes, dear, and I've got to get her to sleep.
When did all this happen?
Just a few minutes ago.
A few minutes ago? Mrs. Andrews, you mean it's... Oh, gosh, I mean, have you...
Betty, I know less about it than you do.
What?
Betty, I can't talk now. I'll call you later, dear.
Well, all right, Mrs. Andrews, but if there's anything I can do to help, be sure and let me know.
All right, Betty, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, I don't know why people have to call at a time like this. Now, just what did Betty mean? If there's anything she can do to help out.
I tell you how I was so surprised I couldn't talk. Mrs. Andrews told me herself she just had a baby.
Why, I had no idea the Andrews were expecting. Yes, a bouncing baby boy. And mother and child are both doing well.
Yeah, Mary and Bruce. That's right. Uh-huh. And can you imagine? Twins.
see now. Wonder what Archie's got up here that I can take down to the baby to play with. Hey, I know just what she'd like. This football. Yeah, she'll like this all right. Good thing I found it. Huh, she stopped crying. Now, how do you like that? I go all the way upstairs to get something for her to play with now, and she stopped. Oh, boy. No wonder the baby stopped crying. She isn't here. Oh, boy. Where could she be? Baby? Baby? Baby! Oh, boy. Just wait till Archie finds out he's an orphan.
As it was broadcast on NBC at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, May 27th, 1951, Archie Andrews. The conclusion comes up next on this Friday edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite radio station.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just two of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
On Saturday's Classic Radio Theater, Dana Andrews, starring in I Was a Communist for the FBI from 70 years ago, May 28, 1952, Traders for Hire. Matt Savetic working in the U.S. Employment Office and is ordered to place communist infiltrators in key war plant jobs. That's on Saturday's Classic Radio Theater, but now the conclusion of the Adventures of Archie Andrews from 71 years ago, May 27th, 1951.
Miss Simmons, take another letter, please.
Yes.
To the Riverdale National Bank gentleman. In reference to... I'll take it. Andrews and Company, Fred Andrews speaking. Oh, hello, Tom. How's the... Yeah, but but Tom, Hello? Hello? That's funny. He hung up. What was that all about? Tom Henderson calls me. He says he just got the good news. Congratulations, you old rascal, and he hangs up. Oh, well, that Tom's a strange duck. He never does make much sense. Well, let's get back to that letter, Miss Simmons.
Yes, sir.
Riverdale National Bank gentleman, in reference to... I'll get it. Andrews and Company, Fred Andrews speaking. Oh, Bill, hello. But Bill, wait. Hello? Hello? Oh, let's see, what did he say? I just heard about it. I might have told an old pal, good luck. Hey, what's wrong with the people in this town today? Oh, well, probably just a practical joke of some kind. Well, let's get back to that letter now, Miss Simmons.
Yes, sir.
Riverdale National Bank gentleman, in reference to... I'll get it. Andrews and Company, Fred Andrews speaking. Oh, John. But John, wait. Hello? Hello, John. Now, what was that all about? Glad to hear it. Had no idea. Suppose Archie's glad to have a brother and sister. I simply don't understand. Brother and sister? Oh, Miss Simmons, I don't know what's going on around here, but something tells me I better get right home and find out.
Jug, I'm back. Jughead? Hello.
Jughead, what are you doing under the piano?
Looking for something.
Looking for what?
The baby.
Oh, all right, Jug. When you find it, listen to what?
The baby. I lost it.
Jug, what are you talking about?
I lost the baby.
Jughead, how can you lose a baby?
I don't know, Archie. After you left, the baby was fine for a minute. Then she woke up, and I went upstairs to your room to find something for her to play with. And when I came down, she was gone.
Gone? Oh, no. Jug, did you look for her?
All over the house. Not a sign of her.
What could have happened to her?
I don't know.
Oh, Jughead, think of something. When people give you babies to take care of, they usually expect to get them back.
I don't blame them. Babies are expensive.
Jug, I don't...
But maybe if you got Mrs. Jenkins a dog or something, she'd forget about the baby.
Jug, I don't...
Or maybe you could talk her into taking up canastas.
Jug,
or playing tennis.
Jughead, will you please be quiet?
Oh, me?
Yes, you. Now, maybe I could get Mrs. Jenkins interested in a dog or tennis or canasta, but she'll still want her baby back. In fact, she's going to be awful mad if she doesn't get... Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't I think of that before?
Think of what before?
That's what must have happened to the baby. Mrs. Jenkins changed her mind about going shopping, came over here looking for the baby while you were upstairs, took her home.
Gee, you think so?
Oh, sure, Jug, sure. That's the only answer. The only possible answer. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Archie. This is Mrs. Jenkins. You can bring the baby back home now.
Must be another answer, Jug.
What?
Hello, Mrs. Jenkins. Did you say you wanted the baby now?
Yes. Has the little darling been very much trouble?
Oh, no, Mrs. Jenkins. No trouble at all. In fact, you'd hardly know she was here.
Well, that's good. You can just bring her right over.
Oh, boy. Did you say bring her over?
That's right.
You mean right now?
Yes, right this minute.
Well, Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes?
Would you mind if we kept the baby here just a little while longer?
Kept her there? What on earth for?
Well, you see, we're kind of playing a little game with her.
You are? What kind of game?
Hide and seek.
Archie, don't be silly. The child is much too young for any games. Now you bring her right home.
But Mrs. Jenkins...
Time for her nap, anyway.
But Mrs. Jenkins...
Goodbye.
But Mrs. Jenkins, wait, Hello? Oh, boy.
Does she want the baby right away?
She sure does, Jughead. Come on.
Where are we going?
Like I told Mrs. Jenkins to play hide and seek, and boy, are we it!
When the wind blows, the cradle will fall. Dee-dee-dee. Well, she's asleep at last, thank heavens. Now I can get back into the house and call Mrs. Jenkins and find out how on earth that baby got here in the first place. I never saw a baby who was so hard to put to sleep. Little rascal just wanted to stay awake and gurgle and...
Mary! Oh, Mary!
Fred, is that you?
Yes, it certainly is.
Fred, what on earth are you doing home so soon?
Well, I'd hoped you could tell me.
What?
But is there any reason why half the town should be calling me up and congratulating me?
Congratulating you? Fred, why should people be congratulating you?
That's exactly what I want.
Maybe we ought to call the police or... hello, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Mary,
Archie, did you say call the police?
Who, me?
Yes, you. I distinctly heard you say you wanted to call the police.
Mary, police or no police, I want to know what those phone calls are all about.
What phone calls?
The ones I've been getting at the office all day.
Oh, dear. Archie, answer that, please.
Okay, Mom.
Fred, how should I know anything about your phone call?
Well, somebody should.
Betty, Mom.
Hello, Mrs. Andrews. I brought a present. You brought a what? A present for the baby.
Now, Betty, never mind about your baby. Mary, what baby?
Fred, I tell you... Oh, dear, Archie, answer that,
Okay,
please.
Mom, I'll get it.
Boy, what a busy place.
Jughead, be quiet. Now, Fred, stop getting so excited, and we'll take things one at a time.
It's Mrs. Jenkins, Mom.
Mrs. Andrews, I want to see you. Me? Yes. Where is my baby?
Huh? Your baby?
Oh, Mrs. Jenkins.
Where's your baby, Mrs. Andrews?
Betty.
Whose baby?
Fred,
Gee, everybody's having babies.
Judge, please.
I want my baby right now.
Mrs. Jenkins, please, your baby is fine.
Mary, would you
Where
please...
is my baby?
Mrs. Jenkins,
This place sounds like a maternity hospital.
Jughead,
We're still looking, Mrs. Jenkins.
Archie,
This excitement isn't good for you, Mrs. Andrews.
Betty, Now, just a minute here. Stop 1 minute. Now, listen to me, all of you. This nonsense has gone far enough. Too far, in fact.
So has the baby.
Jughead, be quiet. I have never in all my life been so confused with so much talk about babies. Now, if there is any possible explanation about these babies, I want to hear it.
Well, Mr. Andrews, you see the bees and the flowers.
Just not that explanation.
Oh, Fred, I'm as confused as you are. But all I know is that I came home and found Mrs. Jenkins' baby parked here in our living room, and I took her outside and put her to sleep in the sun.
Well, gee whiz. You mean that's where the baby disappeared to?
Of course. Then she's all right? Why, certainly she is.
Oh, you mean the baby you talked about on the phone was Mrs. Jenkins' baby and not yours?
That's right.
Oh, so that's how the rumor got around that we had a new baby.
I suppose so.
Well.
Gee whiz. There, you see how simply everything can be explained?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Andrews.
Yes, Mom.
No.
Huh?
What?
There is one question still unsolved. Who in heaven's name brought that baby here in the first place?
The stork, of course.
Jughead, be quiet. Dad, I brought the baby here.
You brought the baby here?
Uh-huh. I wanted to make some money.
Well, what for?
Well, Dad, I needed some money to rent a tuxedo for a party that Veronica invited me to.
Oh, good grief. Archie, do you mean to say you started all this rumpus just because
Now, Fred, the boy didn't mean to cause any trouble.
Mary, I know that, but
Just wanted a tuxedo.
But he...
There's nothing so terribly wrong in that, is there?
But Well, maybe not. Oh, Mrs. Jenkins, I'm terribly sorry we caused you all this trouble. I'll return whatever you paid my son for supposedly taking care of your baby. And I'm certainly glad the baby's all right.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Why, of course. Come on out in the backyard, Miss Jenkins, and we'll see if she's still asleep.
Really terribly sorry, Mrs. Jenkins.
Well, we might as well go look at the baby since I brought her a present.
Well, Jug, I got my tuxedo.
Yeah, but you sure did it the hard way.
Boy, I sure did. Oh, well, it doesn't matter now, Jug. The main thing is I finally got the tuxedo, and now I'm all set for that formal, and am I going to have a good... Now what? Hello?
Hello, Archie. This is Veronica.
Oh, hi.
I just called to let you know that so many of the boys complained about having to rent tuxedos that the girls decided not to make the dance a formal affair after all.
Not to make the... Oh, no.
The Andrews will be back in just a moment, but first, may I remind you that the full scope of necessary military construction cannot, of course, be accurately forecast at this time. And yet, for this year, 1951, the bill for Army and Air Force construction alone is estimated at some $2.4 billion, and it's going up. Airfields, utilities, cantonments, radar stations, communication and navigational aids, fuel and lubricant depots, these are only part of the long list of construction projects for defense. Why, a typical radar outpost, just one of the many needed, costs in the neighborhood of $2.25 million. It's easy to see that if America is to be strong in the men and weapons of defense, she must be strong financially. That's where we can all help, through the regular automatic purchases of defense bonds, through the payroll savings plan where we work, or the bond-a-month plan at our bank. Yes, defense is everybody's job. Today, be sure that your dollars are on the bond wagon, every one you can spare. And now, back to Archie. It's later that same day, and Archie is just coming into the house.
Well, how'd you make out, dear?
Oh, fine, Mom. The tuxedo man gave me back my money.
Oh, that's good.
And since I don't need the money for anything else, I went and bought some flowers for Veronica.
Well, that's nice, dear.
I'll get it, Mom.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Archie. This is Veronica.
Hi.
I just wanted to tell you that when the other girls heard the party would be informal, they were so unhappy about not wearing their evening gowns that we decided to make it formal again. Archie! Archie, are you there? Archie, what's the matter?
You've been listening to another chapter of The Adventures of Archie Andrews, written by Carl Jampel and based on a copyrighted feature appearing in Archie Comics magazine. Archie is played and sung by Bob Hastings, Jughead by Harlan Stone. Mom and Dad Andrews are played by Alice Yorman and Arthur Cole, Veronica and Betty by Gloria Mann and Rosemary Rice. Also in today's cast was Joan Shea as Mrs. Jenkins and Cecil Roy as the baby. This program is produced and directed by Kenneth McGregor. Listen next Sunday at the same time for more of the merry adventures of Archie Andrews. This is Roger Tuttle saying so long until then.
From 71 years ago, May 27th, 1951, The Adventures of Archie Andrews here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for spending part of your Friday with us. Please thank this station and support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite station. And also, you can find our shows on demand. If you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. You can find them at Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon, other places. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Those are great for your phone apps. Oh, by the way, you can also find them on demand on my webpage, classicradio.stream. Have a great weekend. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.